Mike Coppinger is a well-known and well-respected boxing journalist in the United States. And according to him here on his Twitter page, Deontay Wilder is in talks with Dazn and will meet with John Skipper, who is the head of Dazn, next week. Lou DiBella orchestrated a face-to-face between Wilder and Skipper. After Wilder's phone call with Skipper, Al Haymon and Shelly Finkel were notified. It is believed all 5 parties will meet next week. Big news, very big news, because if Deontay Wilder signs with Dazn, then that almost certainly means that the undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua is the priority and is on the agenda. It almost certainly means that. Once you remove any kind of network conflict, then you've got a very, very straight road to the undisputed fight. And as I've said in another video today, I don't think Dazn would accept anything less than the undisputed fight. And I have to imagine that there's going to be, call for Deontay Wilder to have the Dominic Breazeale fight on Dazn too, to build up the undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua. So just imagine it. Wilder versus Breazeale on Dazn, AJ versus Miller on Dazn. And then in the back end of 2019 or early 2020, the undisputed fight, AJ versus Wilder for all the marbles. This has to be what John Skipper is looking to do. And hopefully Deontay Wilder's on the same page. Now, of course, it raises questions about Al Haymon and whether he's going to allow this to go through, because it appears as though Deontay Wilder has gone over their heads. He's kind of went and done his own thing, or at least with Lou DiBella, because he's the one who apparently orchestrated this face-to-face. Maybe it's Lou DiBella who's gone over the head of Al Haymon and Shelly Finkel, bringing Wilder directly to John Skipper. Now, it does make me laugh, of course, because if Deontay Wilder signs with Dazn, it flies in the face of what so many Wilder fans have been saying for the past 8 months. Dazn's trash. Ain't nobody in the US gonna buy Dazn. It's trash. Nobody's gonna get that. All these complete and utter imbeciles, these idiots running around saying Dazn's trash, it's gonna fail, nobody's gonna get it. Now they have their guy, Deontay Wilder, potentially signing with Dazn. Well, I thought Dazn was trash. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of backtracking. I'm sure we're going to hear him say, well, it's Eddie Hearn. He was the problem. We've got no problem with Dazn itself. It's just Hearn. No, that's not what you were saying before. You were saying Dazn is trash and nobody's going to get it. Dazn is trash, huh? So that's why they've got Canelo Alvarez, the biggest star in the United States. That's why they've got Gennady Golovkin. That's why they've got Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, Anthony Joshua. Trash, huh? And now potentially Deontay Wilder, if they offer him the right money. Now, in a previous video, I speculated that Deontay Wilder doesn't have as much freedom as he thinks he has. Maybe I was wrong if he does this direct deal with Dazn. Or then again, maybe it's a case of Al Haymon and Eddie Hearn having a better relationship than Al Haymon and Bob Arum. And I suspect that is the case. Al Haymon and Eddie Hearn have done quite a bit of business over the years. I mean, Al Haymon sent several of his heavyweights over to the UK to fight Anthony Joshua, did he not? Dominic Breazeale and Charles Martin. So, and in fact, Eddie Hearn said that he's got a better relationship with Al Haymon than he has with Shelly Finkel. But in recent years, not even recent years, recent months, Eddie Hearn has been making a play for Al Haymon fighters because they don't officially have a promotional contract, many of them. The Charlos, the likes of, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. Who else is there now with Al Haymon, who Eddie Hearn has made a play for? I'm sure you can name other guys, but point being, that must have rubbed Al Haymon up the wrong way. that Eddie Hearn is trying to tap up his fight. Mikey Garcia, of course. That's the one I forgot to mention. Mikey Garcia. He's been trying to approach these guys. That must have soured the relationship between Hearn and Heyman. Although, look, Heyman understands it's business. He's not expecting Eddie Hearn to be his friend. And Heyman, of course, stole all Oscar De La Hoya's fighters. Right? He took all Golden Boy's fighters, ran away with them. And let me not say stole, because that implies that there was something illegal going on. Actually, well, not necessarily. But he took all Golden Boy's fighters. So Eddie Hearn was essentially trying to do the same thing to Heyman that Heyman did to Golden Boy. I guess it's just business, right? So, yeah, I suspect that certainly Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman are not best friends at all, but I don't think their relationship is anywhere near as frosty or as bad as Heyman's relationship with Bob Arum. And of course, we don't know how many fights Deontay Wilder is talking about having on DAZN. Maybe it'll just be a 2-fight deal or a 3-fight deal, because remember, Eddie Hearn offered Deontay Wilder a 3-fight deal. First fight against Dominic Brazil, then 2 fights against AJ, if he chose to take the rematch in the event that he lost, or AJ chose to take the rematch in the event that he lost. So will it be that? Wilder Brazil, then the undisputed fight with a rematch clause, a 2-way rematch clause against AJ? We'll see. Again, I don't give a flying you-know-what about Deontay Wilder signing to Hearn. I don't care. The most important thing for me is that he signed some kind of deal with DAZN, because that means that the undisputed fight can happen. I did actually do a video a few months ago. It was when Golden Boy did their DAZN deal. And I said that, and I asked the question, will Eddie Hearn be dropped by DAZN after his 2-year probationary period? Now, there's still a long time to go. He is signing fighters. He has Danny Jacobs and Andrade, but he has no big stars in the United States, Eddie Hearn. Canelo is with Golden Boy on DAZN. Gennady Golovkin appears to have done a direct deal with DAZN. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. You let me know if Eddie Hearn has signed Golovkin, but as far as I'm aware, he signed a direct deal with him. So Hearn doesn't have any big stars in the United States on DAZN. So they might look at him and say, do we need your services after your 2-year probationary period? Maybe not. Maybe we can relieve you of your duty, and the American fighters who were with Hearn can go to Golden Boy, or maybe do their own direct deals with DAZN. And I have long been hoping for the day when increasing numbers of fighters can do direct deals with broadcasters, where they can cut the middleman out, i.e. the promoter, and just do a direct deal. Now, obviously, the broadcaster will need promoters, but the promoters will hopefully be able to work with the fighters on a fight-by-fight basis. And sometimes the fighters will be able to put their own shows on. That gives fighters more money in some instances if they're putting their own shows on. And it gives them more freedom and flexibility if they're, bouncing between shows of different promoters. I mean, if you remember, Floyd Mayweather used to work with certain promoters for his fights, but again, it was on a fight-by-fight basis. He would work with people like Golden Boy. Maybe Eddie Hearn's services will be retained for that purpose, just to provide a platform. Kind of like Warriors Boxing and DeBella are kind of front organizations for Al Heyman, allegedly. Maybe Eddie Hearn will be a front for, or not a front, a platform for various different fighters to come on who have done direct deals with DAZN. So we'll see anyway. But yeah, Deontay Wilder signing with DAZN will be massive news. And you do worry for Steven Espinoza at this point, don't you? Steven Espinoza's been trashing DAZN and praying that it all flops and Showtime continue to be a major player in the world of boxing in the United States. But it's not looking good for Showtime if Deontay Wilder signs with DAZN. It's looking actually terrible for Showtime if that happens. And speaking of Steven Espinoza, he was asked about the possibility that Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale would be pay-per-view on Showtime. And Boxing Kingdom here was claiming that it's official, that it would be $99.99. And Dan Rayfield, well, he's added Dan Rayfield here. I'm not sure if this information is from Rayfield, but there's a figure here of $12 million for Deontay Wilder and 1.5 for Dominic Breazeale. Espinoza says absolutely false. If the fight is pay-per-view, it will not be $99.99 or anything even close to that. Well, will it be the usual $74.99 for Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale? How many people are actually going to pay for that? We'll see. But it's a moot point if Deontay Wilder signed into DAZN. And it's all going to be about the money. If DAZN can pay him more than whatever Showtime are offering him, it might be difficult for him to refuse. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.